The next one is called steepling. It means I'm confident and I disagree. It's an important signal to watch for, as Dennis mentioned while we were talking earlier, politicians like this one. It's a great way to kind of, you're waiting your turn to talk and explain your position. Stroking the chin. Now, is it different for a guy with a beard? Like, does it mean anything? Maybe you're just...
Maybe I'm just up there going...
Yeah, I don't know. But...
no, it usually looks like this.
They're evaluating. It's usually a positive sign. They're thinking. They're trying to make up their mind. They're, just kind of getting ready to make a decision. When they stop...
Go like this.
Yeah, when they stop, then the decision has been made and they're ready to move forward.
Here's what's also important about this. When somebody's doing this, don't interrupt. Okay? Because they are not ready to make a decision. So you gotta use these cues to your advantage.
Yeah, give them time to have that internal dialogue so they can figure out what they want to do. And as Dennis said, if you interrupt that process, you may interrupt their chance at making, I guess, convincing themselves.
You're interrupting the thought process.
Yeah.
You can't convince anybody of anything. They got to convince themselves. So don't interrupt.
Okay. Stroking the nose. This is a suspicious behavior. They're doubting and maybe confused.
They get the little smile thing going. They either get thin-lipped and then they're doing this, and they're like, I'm not feeling this.
Okay. Jingling money in the pocket.
You don't see it very often, but be aware of these people. Gum snapping, jingling money people are like that. There's just something about it. I don't know why, but I hesitated to put it on the list because I can't really quantify. You'll know if you see it, okay? Beware of gum snapping, jingling money people.
It's not a personality type.
Yeah.
They may jingle their keys in their pocket, which could be a sign that they're ready to go. So that's something else that might be something to be aware of. Hands on the hips indicates confidence. I don't know what
That's
else you
about
wanna
it,
say
really.
about it, yeah.
Hands on hips. Politicians like to use this one too. You know, if you watch them, they always like to use those button-down cotton shirts, and then they'll do this. You know, like I'm in charge and I'm a working man just like you, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know.
It's also used in a lot of real estate agent photos.
Go for it. Yeah.
All right, a fist-like gesture. So again, a change where they're relaxed and all of a sudden they tense up and maybe they're making a little fist. You've pushed them too far. They're getting defensive, a little aggressive maybe. So back off from whatever you just said and try to figure out where they're coming from. Ooh, finger pointing. This is, boy, if it gets to finger pointing,
Somebody points their finger at me, and I want to continue the conversation, which could be in doubt. Okay, but
That's right.
But if depending on the circumstance and how pronounced it is, somebody points their finger at me, I'm going to do this. I'm going to look right at their finger, and I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to be like, really? I'm going to have that really look on my face, and that's a way of challenging them to get back to civility and cut it out. Okay. Don't be afraid to do that.
yeah. If somebody, you're talking to them and all of a sudden they kind of grab the edge of the table, maybe you're somewhere in your presentation, a lot of times they'll do this when you're talking about an offer. If there's money involved, they'll maybe grab the table, and that's a way of them kind of providing mental stability, or
Yeah,
it's stabilizing themselves. They're a little scared. If that happens, you need to slow down, ask some questions.
Usually fingers on the top, thumbs on the bottom, and they have a tendency, it's either one-handed or two-handed. Most of the times it's two-handed if they're really getting wonky. And then they start to rock like this. And this is somebody who's like, whatever's going on here is a problem. So you need to be very reassuring, lower your voice, go slower, take your time, start to ask questions, say positive things. You need to create a safe, this is somebody who's saying, I'm not safe here, okay? And they can do that by pointing their finger at you, or they can do that by that kind of stuff. So it's time to create safety, create security, stability, be nurturing, be kind.